Hello, my name is Joshua Sager and my partner's name is Erica Sampson. And our company name or team name is Excellent Drones. We wanted to build confidence in our company by starting with a good title. The mission statement for our company is that we wanted to make an affordable camera and drone for the public, one that everybody in the family can enjoy for many generations. We were also a company who was determined to make sure that our investors were well taken care of. We believe that everyone can be satisfied with our products and with our company. The strategy that we took at first was a low-cost strategy. We were going to make the lowest priced products available and the lowest cost of manufacturing that we could possibly do. That way, we could saturate the market with our products. You could say we're going for like a Walmart strategy, low cost, cheap. We wanted our customers to be happy with the product and not go broke trying to buy it. Our strategy was also to keep out of significant debt. So every chance we had with our ending cash, we would buy back stocks. We would make sure that we did not owe that much money to anyone. So we did end up making several changes because our strategy was not working well for us. We did end up attempting a best cost strategy about halfway through. We were not doing well among rivals and were doing quite poor in revenues. In year 10, we raised our prices and raised the quality of our products to match a best cost strategy. Because it seemed also that there was 3 other companies that were doing low cost and none of them were doing well. So it also seems too that the products that our company sells, being cameras and drones, don't seem to be cut out for a low cost strategy. They seem to work better with the best cost. You don't want to pay like a dirt cheap amount for something that you want to make sure works well. So with the best cost strategy, we match the prices to the industry average and we match the cost to the industry average. So basically we were just an average all-around company, but we had much better results with that. And after decision 1, we also decided to improve our corporate social responsibility, to improve our image rating. We wanted to make sure we were in a good light of the consumers. We wanted to win, but halfway there we could see there was no possible way. So we were going to make sure that we ranked as high as we possibly could have, which in our case that was 6th. There was a couple of things that we did learn from the competitors. One of the things for sure from the competitors who did well is that we learned that it was important to have a higher quality product, especially for these drones and cameras, and that was one of the reasons why we changed our strategies. Our competitors also told us what not to do. It was very important to make sure things were checked and changed as needed. So constantly making sure we looked at all the numbers, all the analyzed, all the competitors, all of our own performances. Drastic changes were also important to not do because we noticed that in our competitors, when there was drastic changes, or even when we did drastic changes, that there was a lot of times not good results. It would not help that much. Small changes. We were looking for just the right price and just the right cost. Market share was also a very important thing that we learned from the competitors to have. It's very important to have a good market share. If the product was too expensive, people wouldn't want to buy it. I mean, they couldn't afford it. If it was too cheap, then people would be scared to buy it because the quality might be an issue. So there would be a loss in purchases. Ranking lower in the standards is what caused us to my team to change our strategy. So if I were to redo this again, I would start with the best cost strategy. I would make sure that I would see what my competitors were doing. I would analyze everything as it happened. I would take the action that was necessary immediately, not waiting a couple of years. I would do it as soon as that year was ended. My goal would also be to keep the prices reasonable. So nobody wants to buy an expensive product and nobody wants to sell an expensive product. The goal is to make money and the goal is for customers to be able to buy it. So you want to make sure it's an affordable price. But I would also want to make sure my company could survive, so I'd make sure I met investor expectations. Building the company reputation was also a very important thing to do, especially during the simulation. As the company grew, it was important to make sure that the reputation was good and your product was still relevant to the customers. Another thing me and my partner, specifically if I were to do this again, I would make sure that I would take more risk. I would try to branch out more. But as we did it, we just bought back stocks. We didn't improve our workstations past Decision 4. We stayed safe. And that did not, we were average, but we could have done better if we had actually branched out and took risk into bigger business. So the things that I learned from this class and this simulation would be to watch the competition closely. I learned it's very important to see what other people in the industry are doing and be ready to change things. You have to be flexible to meet whatever the case may be, the demands, the market. I learned it is good to keep the company in good standings. So you want to make sure the customers they view your company in a good light. It's very important to have a good image rating, because that right there, if nobody will buy your product, you're not really doing well. So I learned that there's a lot of things in running a business, especially a corporation, that has to all come together. The communication to make sure that you achieve what the goal is. There's just a lot of different things, the accounting, the manufacturing, and it's difficult. It's very important for communication to be a part of running a business. And I'm going to use whatever I learned in this simulation, in this class, when I go out into the career field. And thank you very much.